I just figure out how to fix my toolbar problem. Let me just remove this, replicate the problem that I have. And so you should see an error appears here. And I think I should have the list of fields. Yeah. And the easy trick to fix is just going to the list of fields and then under the field name, add back language. Because in this field, I'm going to use the field name of language to match with the field name column. And then I return, actually here, I'm going to return the English description under the list of fields. I just pick English. I can change this to Chinese. And so it should be returning Chinese. So let me just add back all these. And then right click here. Usually I paste by value, but usually I'll just paste special and then I select whether I paste only the formulas and keep the format, something like that. Then I select values. That's much safer. You should see here, language. Or actually I should say, you know what? I got something wrong here. I should say select language. And this one is a Japanese. Let me just type it. This one. Okay, so when I change the language here to Chinese, then I should see, oh, still select the Chinese. Let me save it, maybe. Okay, English. Chinese. It doesn't change. Oh, you know what? Because this one, I didn't change to Chinese. And you see the toolbar is already in Japanese. You can just ignore the Chinese column because I simply copy the Japanese column to the Chinese column. So you will see Japanese under the Chinese column. Okay. And if you want to make another language, you can just change Chinese to another one. And I will show you in the language list that I'm going to create in the next video. Here, I'm just showing you how I fix the toolbar highlight. So let me change it back to English. And then I'm going back to vendor list. And now you should see that I have select language here. Right? Just ignore the Chinese. And oh, you know what? Let me go back to the list of fields. Let me copy this one. Control C, the list of fields. And then I go back to the vendor list. And then I go to the cell F2. And then I right click, paste special formulas. Then I should see it shows the name of the list, which is the vendor list. And remember, go to your first selection. And then you click Alt-D to go to the validation. Let me just edit the rules. Because this one, cell 86, is going to be equal to this one, which is F2. Okay, then if I applied it, then you should see the vendor list is already highlighted. Like if I Control X, Control V, it doesn't. Control V, let me just make it bold. Let's put it back to F2. Save it. And if you go to the other table, let's say vendor invoice, the one that we are just working on, and you should see the vendor invoice tab is highlighted. All right, let me go to worksheet 3. Yeah, worksheet 3 is already highlighted. Okay, so I have a master table. Oh, I haven't created a master table. So just ignore that. Let me go back to the table summary. Yep. Okay, so let's just go back to the vendor list. So in the next video, I'm going to create the language selection for this one. Okay, let me save it. Bye.